Have you ever heard the term change agent? Change agent, and it is a very popular term, particularly in the field of human and social services. Any kind of community movement, any kind of organizational change or cause are usually led by what or who we call change agents. And simply put, a change agent is anyone who has a desire to make a positive change, who desires to lead the change process. Just about when you hear the word change, it's difficult to even hear people speak about change because by and large, most of us, we don't like change. We like things to stay the same way, especially when we think things are working, and we definitely don't want change. And so a change agent, again, is someone who desires to lead some type of positive change process. And there's some critical elements that a change agent must have in order for him or her to be successful at leading the change process. There's three things I think, and again, I've learned over the years, and being a part of and leading, movements myself, some minor, some major, that there's three things that had to exist, and I guess I would call them three attributes, of a change agent. The first is you got to have a heart for people. You have to really, really care about the people that you want to positively impact as a result of this change. You have to care about the people that you want to solicit support from to help you, whether that's a human resource need or a financial resource need. You got to really care about those people as well, because ultimately, as a change agent, you are a steward. You're a steward over finances. You're a steward over people's time as they look to you for leadership. But you really, really got to have a heart for that cause. Whatever that cause is, you have to be very, very passionate about the cause. So what's the mission? What's the purpose? Why are we changing? What's the outcome? What's the end result? What's the return on my investment? What am I looking for as a result of being a part of this change process, of initiating this change, participating in this change, and ultimately seeing this change? What do we want to see at the end of it? And so whatever that is, or whatever those goals or objectives may be, as a change agent, you have to be unapologetic, and you have to be very, very passionate about that change and be willing to do whatever it takes within the confines of the law to get it done. And sometimes, there are laws and rules and policies that need to be challenged, that aren't right. And there's a way to go about doing that as well. But whatever that cause is, you have to be committed to it. And although enemies change, friends change as well, causes don't. Causes remain the same. And so you have to be committed right at the outset, right from the beginning. You have to have a heart for the people that you're working with, that you're trying to serve, the people that are supporting the work. You really have to have a huge, huge heart for people and for the cause. The second attribute is that you have to have a mind for business. Now, that's a lot more practical than the heart for people or the heart for the cause. You got to understand that when it comes to finances, you have to be responsible when you're dealing with money of any type, whether it's $10 or $1 million. You have to be responsible when it comes to managing money. And really, you want to try to continue to put yourself in a position of whatever cause, when you're trying to fund this mission, trying to fund this cause, you never want to overspend, or you never want to extend yourself to a point where you can't afford to support the things that you set out to do. Because the worst thing about starting anything is not being able to finish because of finances. You still have the same passion, you still have the same desire, and certainly the need still exists, but you can't do anything. You've been hindered or hamstrung because of a lack of finances. And so what you want to do is understand there's a business aspect to any type of cause, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if it's a minor cause, a major cause. It could be something at a community level. It could be something at the municipal level, state level, countrywide, whatever the case may be, that you have to understand the business aspect when it comes to driving a cause. And then the last attribute, and certainly not the least, is you have to have a respect for relationships. And you also have to have a respect for politics. And those two often go hand in hand. That often when people have strong relationship with you, they may not fully understand your cause, but they understand you. They may not even know or believe fully that you can pull it off, you can get it done, but they believe in you. And see, that credibility is critical, and that comes through building relationships. And they'll support your cause, get behind your cause because they believe in who you are. There are many, many great programs and initiatives that exist that don't get support because the leadership is not trustworthy. Individuals, prospective donors, supporters don't believe in the leadership. They believe in the cause, but not the leadership. So right cause, wrong leadership. And that's always a recipe for disaster. When it comes to politics, it's pretty simple. When we hear the word politics, we usually go negative. But a lot of times, politics comes down to what people are passionate about. What's a big deal to them? So if you're going to get support and get people to rally around your cause or rally around your change, you want collective support. You want to get buy-in. And how you get buy-in is you got to tap into what's important to them. And there are many, many folks who are in public service who are really, really good people. They're really passionate about things, and they're looking for change agents. They're looking for people. Heck, many of them are change agents themselves. And so you got to respect the political aspect of it and the relationship if you're going to be successful. So again, you got to have a heart for people, a heart for the cause, be committed to it. A mind for business. You understand, no margin, no mission. So understand the importance of managing money and move as you can afford. Don't move beyond your financial capacity. And then lastly, you got to have a respect for relationships and politics. Those are all important if you want to make any kind of significant change. And many times we have a whole lot of heart, a whole lot of passion, but we don't have the mind. We're not business savvy enough. Sometimes we have great relationships, but we don't really care. We just have this motive that's really is insincere and not pure. And people see right through that. I tell you right now, if you don't really care about what it is you're doing, your cause is going to fall apart. It won't last very long, and you won't be successful. So whatever your cause is, think about that. Fundamentally, these are the things you have to think about if you want to be a successful change agent. And lastly, in closing, that being a change agent does not come without challenges. And anytime you challenge the status quo, you challenge the system, the way things have always been, or what the masses are comfortable with, you're going to run into some challenges. You're going to face some difficulty. And you have to agree and be prepared to endure that at the outset, because that's part of the deal. There's no way you're going to make change without difficulty. Nothing great has ever happened without great difficulty. And sometimes you got to make decisions that may cause you some pain personally, initially, but I will tell you, if you stick to the plan, stick to the program, stay committed to the mission, keep grinding, keep working hard, man, you're going to see that thing manifest. You're going to see that thing become successful. And you're going to realize that, again, maintain that heart. Again, friends change, enemies change. Causes don't. Causes cannot. They can be modified. They can be strengthened. They can be increased. But you want to stay committed to whatever that mission is that you set out to do. Because anyone that wants to be a change agent, it has to be in your heart. It has to be a real commitment to do that type of work. So happy changing the world. God bless.